Welcome to part 12 of Ask a 4-5. I'm sorry I've been a little bit off the grid recently, not uploading regularly as I promised, dealing with some personal stuff and with some stuff at work. But without further ado, let's get started. Rashid Dasgupta is asking, should I hit with heavy topspin blindly on all of my shots like Nadal does, or be more versatile in how I contact the ball? Actually, Rashid, if you take a look at it closely, maybe outside of the French Open, Nadal actually does have a good variety of shots other than his famous heavy buggy whip forehand that has the most RPM like ever. He actually does slice his backhand a little bit more. He does draw his opponent off the court with some smart angles. So my short answer to your, I would say, fairly somewhat in-depth question is to have variety. Don't just blow your opponent off the court. That might win you a few extravagant matches, especially if you're on the indoor surface that you're playing in. But when you have other factors like fitness and the outside elements like wind and sun and fatigue, variety is gonna have you win a lot more matches than just hitting super heavy with a lot of topspin. But thank you for your question. By the way, if you guys haven't enjoyed this already, please hit like and consider hitting subscribe for more original tennis content. Also, I will be doing this type of Q&A with a 4-5 on a hopefully weekly basis. And if you guys want to have one of your questions answered by me, swing by my Discord and drop your question in the text channel Q&A with Mark. Thank you. Anti-Hero is asking, what rig do you record your play? Do you start with professional camera or GoPro or just use your phone? You can actually get away with using your phone if you have the correct mount, in my opinion, and assuming your phone is high quality enough. I think if you have an iPhone 6 or higher, or whatever the equivalent the Android is, you should be fine with 1080p 60 frames per second. But luckily for me, I had a little bit of a budget to kind of flex on. So I ended up buying the GoPro Hero 8 Black. And after I taught a few more lessons outside, I used that cash to buy this Sony a6600 that I use for more intimate settings such as this, or non-action oriented footage, such as my B-roll and maybe some of the confessionals / interviews I have for my tennis matches. But for match play stuff, just because there is a possibility that it might get hit by a tennis ball or a racket if the person's far enough back near towards a tarp, I highly suggest you buy some sort of cheap GoPro or some sort of disposable kind of camera for more your match play type of matches, just in case something does go wrong. Thank you. GTRVN is asking, do you have a trust fund going into full-time YouTube? What's your backup plan? I don't have a trust fund. I'm not a trust fund baby, so no on that question. But my backup plan, which is always in the back of my head, and there's nothing wrong with it. My backup plan, just in case I go YouTube full time and it fails, and statistically speaking, it's going to fail based on the information that I have, but I'm absolutely going to try my best in order to make YouTube my full-time career. My backup plan is just to be a programmer. I'm a programmer apparently with good communication skills, which is somewhat rare in my IT field. But if all else fails, I've learned a lot about the YouTube industry, how to make film, how to script things, how to talk to you guys, how to market myself. And to be honest, this is really a sales position, this YouTube thing. But my backup plan, I've been blessed enough to have this opportunity to have a good backup plan other than YouTube. I could always just be a programmer and make, a good amount of money just in case everything fails. So that's my answer to that question. Gert is saying, hey Mark, what brand of tennis balls do you think is the best and why? Which ones are the worst? So the best tennis balls, in my opinion, are the Pro Pen ATP balls. And a close second is the Wilson US Open Extra Duty. Those are very, very close in quality. I think the Pro Pen ATP is gonna be significantly more expensive than the Wilson Extra Durability on hard court. And the worst tennis balls, in my opinion, are the regular Dunlops. The Dunlop ATPs are okay, but the regular Dunlop is just absolutely garbage. I would highly suggest you guys avoid it at all costs. And trust me, I didn't just have a bad batch or two with the regular Dunlops. my current tennis club uses them, and after about a week and a half of just regular group lessons, those regular Dunlop balls are just basically green dot balls without the green dot. So stay away from Dunlop balls at all time, unless it's Dunlop ATP. Stone is asking, Mark, would your hypothetical OnlyFans account be called Mark Sandsmut? And Pandora's Box clapped back and commented, Mark Manslut. Thanks for the idea, Pandora's Box. I might run with it. Muscle Man is asking, when am I coming to Atlanta, and do I know where? So I've been talking with Ian, Scott, and we have been planning a 2021 trip sometime in mid to late summer to swing by and kind of make a tour of the Atlanta tennis community, specifically with TennisTroll and possibly Acing Tennis, to do some sort of collaboration and actually even a team tennis format where the prominent and most common players of the Essential Tennis universe will play the prominent players and the most requested, I'm assuming, players of the TennisTroll universe. So it's going to be kind of like a collaboration, just, you know, Tennis Universe A versus Tennis Universe B. So if you guys do want to see that happen, please leave a comment down in the section below of what Essential Tennis players you want to see play against what TennisTroll characters you've seen play. Because there's gonna be some interesting matchups, and I believe Ben, aka MEP, aka Green Shirt Guy, should be in that lineup, even though Ben has been featured on the Essential Tennis channel quite a bit recently in his Milwaukee tour. So I hope that you guys are just as excited as I am for that collaboration, but that's about 2.5 months away. I am fleshing out the details with Ian and hopefully with the TennisTroll community, and I will give you guys a more official update as soon as I tie those things down. There's a lot of logistics going on with that, but I am super, super excited to be a part of that, and I hope that you guys are able to see that in a format that you want to see. Thanks. The Woodlands is asking, what are my opinions on the Wilson Clash? So the Wilson Clash is a highly popular racket. It actually was apparently more successful than it probably should have been based on my insides with Wilson. But I do have one of my best tennis students, and I'm using students in quotes because I'm more of her hitting partner. And I did teach her when she was in middle school, but now she actually is a Division I recruit, and I believe she's a full scholarship student. So, I mean, she's a very accomplished player, and on top of her winning state in singles in Wisconsin, she does play the Wilson Clash. I did ask about what she thought about the Wilson because she previously played with, I believe, the Babolat Pure Drive Plus. So the Wilson Clash is extremely flexible, extremely comfortable. So if you guys are having arm problems with any type of stiff racket like a Babolat, try the Wilson Clash. The only negative I've heard of the Wilson Clash, not only from her, but from the tennis community that I've talked to online on my Discord and my YouTube comments, is that because it's so flexible, it might be a little bit too powerful, kind of having that trampoline effect, not because it's so stiff, because it does launch it like a slingshot because of the flexibility. So if you guys are thinking about switching to the Wilson Clash, just be careful of how not only just arm friendly, but also how much power it does have due to its flexible nature. But if you guys have played with the Wilson Clash, either the 98, 100, or the 100 Tour / 100 Pro, I believe they renamed it recently, please let me know what you guys think about it compared to other rackets on the market. And that's it for Ask a 4-5 Part 12. So I will be uploading more regularly because I'm going through some, let's say, just issues right now with a specific online retailer, and I'll give you guys a more official update on that later. And as always, happy hitting.